What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Angry Spud. In today's Spud Reacts, Rachel and Jason are taking us to Norway to see if this is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. Now, I must say this is probably going to be one of my favorites because I do have some Norwegian in my blood. So without further ado, let's dive in.
Norway is truly one of the world's most underrated travel destinations. Despite having periods of 24-hour darkness, Norwegians are consistently ranked as some of the happiest people on Earth. With breathtaking fjords, jaw-dropping cliffs, and an abundance of natural waterfalls and lakes, Norway is truly one of nature's masterpieces.
You know, so this right here, I know everybody has seen this as their screensaver on Windows, because this is one of them, that field. These cliffs are crazy. This is super exciting. I can't wait to see all the places here. Oh my goodness. One wrong step and you are done.
Come with us to find out why Norwegians are some of the happiest people on Earth and why you need to visit this spectacular country.
We started our trip to the breathtaking country of Norway in the small town of Bodo, located just above the Arctic Circle. We spent the morning exploring and walking around the town before beginning our tour to the world's largest and most powerful whirlpool, Trolltunga.
I was about to say, this
dangerous natural phenomenon is what many fishermen thought was a Viking's own sea monster.
That's kind of cool though.
Our tour began by checking out the local eagle families, which was honestly incredible.
Yeah, eagles are really big. Get a fish. Did he get? Oh, he got. That's cool that they captured that.
After witnessing the majestic and powerful eagles, we made our way to Trolltunga.
Those whirlpools, man, that's kind of weird.
As we rode through the water, it was incredible and a bit eerie to feel the power of the current. At times, it didn't feel like our small boat would have the power to escape the grasps of this powerful maelstrom. Visiting Trolltunga was an awe-inspiring and humbling experience to feel the sheer power of Mother Nature, and it was a fantastic way to start our trip. After our tour to Trolltunga, we walked across town to take a 3-hour ferry ride to Lofoten. Upon arrival, we got our rental car and drove just 10 minutes to the town of Oslo, where we stayed for the night.
That's beautiful.
For our second full day in Norway, we set out to explore the picturesque Lofoten Islands. When many people think of Norway, they think of Lofoten. Known for stunning landscapes and the 24-hour sunlight in the summer, Lofoten truly is an iconic travel destination.
I want to hike there so bad. Oh my goodness.
We started our morning exploring the fishing town of Oslo and learning about the stockfish industry, which played a major role in the history of Lofoten.
Those look like bats. Ooh.
We then headed just 20 minutes down the road to the city of Rhina for the iconic Rhinabryggen hike. While this hike was challenging, it was certainly worth it and provided what Jason and I both agreed was the most beautiful view from a hike that we had ever seen.
So, are there like no tour guides that go with you and be like, oh, you're not allowed to step in there or be careful or something? Because it's like you're on your own. If you make an error, you are done for. You are tumbling all the way down.
After hiking Rhinabryggen, we had a delicious lunch at a cafe in town and headed an hour and a half north across the beautiful Norwegian landscape.
They look like cod or something.
Our first stop was Skogsanden. For a second while we were sitting in the car and looking out, we couldn't tell if we were in Hawaii or in Norway. The beautiful white sand beach was a complete contrast from the mountainous terrain we had just experienced, which made it all the more beautiful.
I wonder how cold the water is.
After Skogsholmen, we drove 30 minutes more to the picturesque town of Nusfjord. Nusfjord is a quaint town along the inlet of the fjord, famously known for its yellow fishing huts.
Yellow fishing huts. I wonder why they're yellow.
After a quick stop to Nusfjord, we headed to our hotel, both exhausted and energized from our full day of adventure on Lofoten.
Our first activity the next day was to hike Fløya in Svolvær. Fløya was probably our most challenging hike in Lofoten, but it was definitely worth it for the breathtaking 360-degree views of northern Lofoten.
Wow. That's crazy.
After our hike, we drove 30 minutes to the city of Henningsvær for a look at what we would consider to be the most beautiful football pitch in the entire world. Unfortunately, this stunning city was our last stop in Lofoten.
So I don't know if that's like a high school, or is that actually like the professional team? I've never looked into that. I actually gotta look that up now.
Jason and I absolutely loved Lofoten. Everywhere we went, our jaws dropped in awe of Mother Nature and the incredible natural beauty that surrounded us. We weren't sure if it would live up to all the hype of the pictures, but now we can say for sure that it looks even better in person. Of all of our trip, we wish we could have spent more time exploring Lofoten.
We began our day in Oslo with a delicious Norwegian breakfast.
So that's where our on my mom's side family is from Oslo, and then they actually moved up a little bit north to, I think it was called Lillehammer. I think that's what it is, Lillehammer. So yeah, I gotta go there one day for sure.
It's here in Norway and it's amazing. Got some bread with jam and brown cheese. Fantastic.
Brown cheese?
Some muesli, and then some smoked salmon with cheeses. It's fantastic. Skikkelig norsk.
I've never heard of brown cheese. Unless he's just saying that because it looks brown, or if that's actually what it's called.
After a breakfast for the champions, we headed to a much-needed Norwegian sauna after 2 hard days of hiking and exploring.
Yeah, saunas are really good for you.
Okay, so we just did our first round in the sauna. I've done saunas in America, but they're like not as hot as that.
That was really
It was so hot, like 2 minutes and I'm dying and I'm about to jump in the water. Here we go.
You just jump right in. Oh, that's like the scariest. I just paused it. So, right, that's like the scariest thing when you jump in water and you have a camera. What are you going to see right there? You know what I mean?
This was an absolute blast and incredibly relaxing. In our books, this is a must-do activity when visiting Norway.
Like a big old shark right behind him.
Okay, so up day after the sauna, we feel amazing.
Feel so relaxed, feel really good.
Seriously, I need to bring one of these back to the States because that was awesome. After the sauna, we had some lunch and set out to explore the modern yet relaxed city of Oslo.
I really love buildings when they look super interesting like that. It's like you always want to know the story behind the architecture behind that. Looks
After
like
a
hotel in
fun-filled day
Disneyland.
shopping, relaxing, and exploring, we headed to Oslo Central Station to take the overnight train to Stavanger.
Neither Jason or I had ever done a sleeper train before, and so we were sort of nervous but also excited for what felt like a childhood dream of a sleepover on a train.
It probably feels like you're on a boat or something.
Okay, so we got ready for bed and had the lights off and everything. We're just gonna try and go to sleep. It's kind of nice because the train ride is 8 hours and 50 minutes. Hopefully we should be able to get some solid 8 hours of shut-eye and wake up refreshed for our day tomorrow in Stavanger.
8 hours, that's literally a whole night.
After arriving in Stavanger, we spent the morning exploring the beautiful city center before grabbing our rental car and heading to the infamous Pulpit Rock hike. This hike is where Mission Impossible was filmed and is one of Norway's most popular hikes.
Yeah. I love those movies.
After around 2.5 hours of moderate hiking, we made it to the top. The views from the top were sublime, but a little scary at the same time. Walking along the cliff to the final viewpoint, we were within feet of what looked like a 1,000-foot drop.
Okay, so we made it up to the top of Pulpit Rock, and it's absolutely gorgeous, but very busy, as you can see the line behind us of people.
Yeah, when they said it was crowded, like, that's no joke. Like, you can see the line to get your picture. There's people all over.
What is this stick that this dude is holding right here? Is that so you can like lean forward without falling off? Because, I mean, the people that made that stick better be really good at what they do and use some sturdy material, because if that thing is faulty, it's bye-bye for you.
We were passing people on the trail, so just know it's pretty busy.
After our hike, we headed down for some delicious kebab. Okay, so very few things taste better than a kebab after a long hike in Norway.
What are they?
After lunch, we drove 4 hours through the beautiful Norwegian countryside to the city of Oda. Along the way, we made several stops just to take in the stunning nature all around us. While neither Rachel or I were really looking forward to the drive, we absolutely loved seeing the countryside and both agreed that it was one of the most beautiful road trips that we have ever taken.
I wonder if you can just park right here and just like go explore the water and stuff. Doesn't really look like there's anywhere to park though. I would love to drink that natural spring water too. All those minerals.
After arriving in Oda, we had dinner and hit the hay early, nervous for what would be the longest hike of our lives the next morning.
These are like 5-star restaurants here.
Okay, so today is our day that we're going to hike Trolltunga. And of course, as we wake up, it's just like pouring rain, and it's supposed to be raining all day today. So I'm gonna be honest, I'm not super excited to do it right now, but hopefully the views and everything will be worth it and we'll be able to stay somewhat dry with the gear that we got.
After yet another delicious Norwegian breakfast, we made our way in the rain to the base of Trolltunga.
Oh, it's
While
about
the
to be
hike was tough
slippery.
and the rain didn't help, it wasn't actually as bad as we thought it would be. After just over 4 hours, we made it to the impressive Trolltunga outcropping. Just like Pulpit Rock, the sheer drop-offs were a little bit terrifying.
God, that's like Simba's Rock. What's that called? Pride Land? Or no, I can't even remember. From Lion King?
Thankfully, the clouds cleared up just in time for us to get our photos.
Wow.
Despite our fears, our day at Trolltunga was awesome. It was a reminder to us of what a privilege it is to have good health and the rush of conquering our fears and stepping outside of our comfort zone. Looking back, we are so glad we showed up that morning even when we didn't feel like it. After Trolltunga, we drove an hour and a half down the road to Vols, where we stayed for the night.
The next morning, we walked around and explored the city of Voss.
Yeah, Viking church.
After a relaxing morning in Voss, we took an hour-long bus ride to the beautiful countryside city of Flam.
Could you imagine that waterfall being in your backyard? Like, I mean...
Flam is home to the famous Flam Railway, which is said to be one of the most beautiful railroads in the world.
Huh.
The charming shops of Flam made us feel like we were walking in a fairy tale. After doing some shopping, it was our turn to board the train.
Okay, so here we are on the actual train. Pro tip, if you come, is sit on the right side. We've been told the right side has better views. They're both incredible, but the right would be slightly better, so.
That's going from Flam to Myrtle. You'll want to be on the right side.
All right. Right side. Oh, that windy path reminds me of, like, San Francisco.
While the views on the Flam Railway were certainly beautiful, we didn't feel like it was anything special in comparison to the rest of our travel by car or bus. Regardless, it was a beautiful and relaxing way to travel to our next and final destination of Bergen.
Here it is.
We started our day in Bergen with breakfast at our hotel, which was yet again absolutely delicious. One of the things we found out during our trip was that hotel chains have a competition each year to see who can have the best breakfast.
What?
For that reason, the breakfast at hotels throughout Norway is some of the best in the world.
Oh.
One thing you absolutely need to try when visiting is Norwegian waffles with jam and brown cheese. While it sounds like an odd combo, it is absolutely delicious and honestly probably the highlight of our food experience in Norway.
I have to try that.
After breakfast, we set out to explore the picturesque town of Bergen and to do some shopping for Norwegian souvenirs.
This place is amazing. I mean, they're all kind of similar, all European. It kind of reminds me of, but it's just amazing.
Unfortunately, the Ulriken cable cars were closed for maintenance, so we made our way to the Fløibanen for a beautiful sunset and panoramic view of Bergen.
Oh, that sucks. Jeez, those views are... Just to be able to see a whole city?
As we watched the sunset, we reflected on the incredible vacation we had. Norway was absolutely stunning. The breathtaking fjords, vast mountain ranges,
That's my favorite.
jaw-dropping cliffs and hikes, and resilient Norwegian people make Norway a place that we truly love.
Travel truly is one of life's most fulfilling experiences. As always, we are so grateful for the privilege that we had to visit such an amazing country and for the little things that we took and incorporated into our lives.
That's really cool.
There is a sense of balance throughout the entire country and in the people which just feels right.
I'm gonna go back. I keep thinking to myself, I see these sayings right here, all these sticks, like, what? I was like, what are they for? And it just hit me. They're literally probably to hang fish. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but that's what it's for, I would assume. If anybody could help me out with that one.
Throughout our trip, we truly began to see why Norwegians are some of the happiest people on earth. If you have the opportunity, we would definitely recommend taking a trip to Norway to experience all that it has to offer for yourself.
So as expected, Norway is one of the most beautiful countries I have ever seen. Now I have to make my way to Oslo and then up to Lillehammer because obviously that's where our family is from, but I can't wait to get there. Let me know your favorite part of Norway, and if you are Norwegian, let me know where I need to go for sure.